Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. JD here, and this is Legacy Outdoors. Today's video, we're going to do a walkthrough and review of my truck bed camper setup. I built this setup about 8 months ago before I went on a week-long trip to San Antonio. The goal, I was going to drive out for 3 days. I was going to be there a week for work, and I was going to take 3 days to drive home, drive about 3-4 hours a day, play a bunch of disc golf along the way, and then camp. It was a successful trip. I didn't get a whole lot of video of it, but the truck bed camper worked good, so I've spent a few nights in it. But now I want to go over with you guys what the setup is, and then I'll pause, go to the man cave, kind of draw it out on a whiteboard how I built it if anybody wants to do the same. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and ask any questions down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, let's get into it. I'll take you off the tripod, flip you around, show you how everything is done. All right, so this right here is the setup. It's pretty minimal. There's a bed, a couple boxes, a little seat, and a cooler, and then a fan. One of the first things I did when planning it out, I decided how wide that I wanted my bed. It ended up being 24 inches wide and 68 inches long, so about 5 foot 8 inches long, which is how long the bed is. The reason I did it this size, because I wanted to leave this space over here so where I could take those boxes out and put a kayak in there if I wanted to transport a kayak without using the trailer. I've done that quite a few times. It works out well. I can strap it with the little hooks that's in the back and secure it just fine. But yeah, so let's get started on the bed. Again, I'll draw this out for you a little bit later. Pretty much it's two 2x10s that come down the side, and then I built a little 4-foot drawer right here. It's a pull-out drawer. I'll show you in a minute. And then underneath the end, it leaves me about a foot, almost a little under 2 foot for some storage on the inside, which is where I have my wet weather gear, a spare pair of clothes, a spare set of shoes, and then my jumper cables up in the front. Stuff that I don't need all the time. Back here in the back, this is a little stadium cushion that folds up, but it fit perfect in that space so that I can sit there. If I get stuck in a truck because it's raining or whatever, I can sit there, lounge out without having my head hit the roof. My head does hit the roof if I'm sitting on the bed, so that's kind of what I did there. Back in the back, I have a couple Magellan boxes. I'll do a review on them maybe for next week on the top box, which is my kitchen box, and kind of show you what all's in there and how I have that set up and the stuff that I brought. The bottom box is like some tools, zip ties, stuff like that. Just everyday stuff that I would keep in the truck when I had my toolbox anyway. I have the little fan, Ryobi fan that I got. It's battery powered. It comes with 2 batteries. It works great. I put it right here on the cooler at night just to get some airflow. I have my cooler here, and other than that, that's about all that would go back there, except for one more little yellow black tote that I keep my propane and my firewood in. But when I get to the site, I'll take it out and I'll sit it right here underneath the tailgate right down here to get it out the truck. Other than that, I did put a couple pieces of little carpet on the side to kind of soften up. That's a little towel. And then a little push button light right there. I have these 2 little bags. It's got some knives and scissors in there. I have one on each side. But yeah, other than that, that's what I got in here. I'm gonna stick you back on a tripod, and then I'll show you this box and stuff that I have. All right, guys, so here's the box. Hope you can see it fine. But yeah, like I said, it was a simple build. I'll go over with it when I draw it out in a minute. But it's a 4-foot box, and in here I have things like a little folding chair, folding table, my Devo's Light Rangers in there, a little hatchet. I have a little vacuum to make sure I keep everything clean, paper towels, a towel, my hammocks in there, a couple other battery powered lights, and just things that you need while at camp. Over here on this side, let me see if I can take you down real fast. But yeah, so I had a little cubby here. The reason I have a cubby is because the wheel wells back there. So the 2x8 or 2x10 and the 2x10 was there. I have a 2x10 brace, and that's it. But over here on the side, I have a little shovel. I have a little disc golf stool, and yeah, an umbrella under there. Just stuff that you use. The little shovel comes in handy at the campsite if I'm cleaning out the fire pit or whatever. But yeah, so up on top is just some, I ended up going with some sanded 2x2 plywood. There's 3 of them. The first 2 are screwed down, and the last one is where I have that storage cubby underneath that I can get out. But yeah, I bought this little mat. It's off Amazon. It's about 3 inches thick, and it has a little memory foam on top, and it's comfortable, dude. Between that and this sleeping bag, like, I've slept back there and haven't had any problems. But yeah, the drawer system is really just some 1x8s, and the bottom was some just a little thin piece of plywood that I had, and I've got some carpet on there to soften it up. But yeah, it's not on a hinge or nothing. It just slides in and out on some little pieces of boards that I had. I have this little strap. I mean, it's a pretty tight fit, but I have the strap just in case the tailgate's down while the kayak's in there, just for peace of mind. What I did do on this side, I did notch out. I notched out a little piece where I could still get to my hook down there to strap things down. And then the mattress came with some Velcro on there, so I attached a little piece of Velcro on the side of the truck there just to keep it from moving around. But yeah, it fits good. It's the perfect size for the bed. But yeah, so I'm gonna crawl in here. I'll show you the little notched out area or storage cubby back there. Give me just a second. All right, so I'm up in the bed. I have 2 little pillows here that I can use, that I just got some covers off Amazon, and they were just normal outdoor pillows. I did buy this Klymit pillow off of Amazon as well. It's got a reversible waterproof cover, and then it's a cotton cover on the inside. And dude, it's awesome. Like, it's almost like a memory foam in there too. I'll link it down below too. But yeah, so up here, once you move the sleeping bag and you fold it, this little piece comes up, and there's storage. So there's shoes, my jumper cables are over there, there's plenty of storage over there, and a bunch more in here with my rain gear's in there, a spare sets of clothes, and all that's in that waterproof bag. Not that I have any leakage, but just in case. But yeah, so that's the setup underneath there. Well, all right, guys, here I am in the man cave. As promised, we're going to go over the design and the supplies that I use to do it. I may throw some pictures in somewhere around here, or maybe after, of the progress that I made, because I did take pictures and I did film it. However, I filmed it in portrait mode and not landscape, and I don't want the video to look like that after looking at it. So here we go. I'm going to take you off the tripod, and I'll give you a close-up of the board here and what we got. Here's the design and a supply list. We'll go over the supplies first. These are the things that I bought. I had 2 2x10 by 8 foot pieces, 3 2 foot by 2 foot pieces of sanded plywood, 2 1x8 by 6 foot pieces for the drawer, and then a piece of 1/4 inch by 4 foot of plywood for the drawer bottom, and then some screws and paint. So right here is the design. I took the 2x10s and I cut them at 68 inches. That's the 2 sides here. And I took both leftover pieces and cut them down to 17 inches. That gives me 24 inches across from the wall, or from the truck bed wall, to this far side of the bed. And that's where my 2x2s sit on, 2 foot by 2 foot pieces of plywood. And that's what these green dashes are. Again, these 2 here are screwed down because the drawer goes underneath, and then up here is open where you can take the plywood up and store stuff underneath. It gives me about 5 inches on the side here to store things. I got my jumper cables and some other storage up there. The wheel well takes up the middle, and then the bottom's where I have the shovel and the stool and all that. So down below is the drawer, and I made it out of 1x8 by 6 foot pieces with some 1/4 inch plywood as the drawer bottom. So it's real simple. 2 pieces, 14 inches. The drawer, once it's in there with the back on there, it's 4 foot wide or 4 foot long, and the usable space on the inside is about 12 inches. So there's plenty of storage in there. It's 8 inches tall, and there's a couple extra inches between the top piece of plywood and the bed for just a little bit added space. So yeah, guys, that's my truck bed setup. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please just put them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Again, I've slept in this thing quite a few nights so far. It's August time here in Alabama, so it's really hot. It's been upper 90s with the heat index probably in the 105, 110 range lately. So I'm looking forward to a little bit cooler temperatures come September, October, and hopefully we can get back out in this thing and do some camping here really soon and hopefully get some videos for you guys. But as always, y'all take it easy. God bless you, and we'll catch you next time.